Keir Starmer expressed strong criticism of Nigel Farage during a recent session of Prime Minister's questions after the Reform UK leader decided to travel to the United States instead of attending Parliament's first meeting since the summer break. The Prime Minister addressed the issue calmly but firmly, saying that it would have been better for Mr Farage, who represents Clacton, to take part in parliamentary discussions in London rather than appearing in Washington. Mr Farage's visit to the United States was part of a scheduled appearance before the House Judiciary Committee, where he planned to speak about free speech matters and share his perspective on how such issues are being handled in the United Kingdom. Sir Keir Starmer began by emphasising the importance of parliamentary participation. He stated that members of Parliament have a responsibility to represent their constituents directly in the House of Commons, where democratic debate and decision-making take place. The Prime Minister expressed the view that discussions about national matters, such as laws, social issues, and the well-being of the public, are best conducted within the UK's democratic institutions. He pointed out that the House of Commons exists precisely to ensure that elected representatives have the opportunity to express their views, challenge policies, and work together to address national challenges. His comments were delivered in a measured and professional tone, focusing on principles of accountability, transparency, and civic duty. During the exchange, Labour MP Lolam Kavoy asked a question about Nigel Farage's position on the Online Safety Act, a law that was introduced to help make the internet safer for everyone, especially children and vulnerable users. The Prime Minister used the opportunity to underline the government's commitment to online safety, noting that the legislation plays a vital role in protecting people from exposure to dangerous or harmful online content. He explained that the Online Safety Act was designed to ensure that technology companies take responsibility for moderating unsafe material and that stronger safety standards are put in place to promote well-being and responsible online behaviour. Sir Keir stated that protecting young people from harmful digital material is one of the government's top priorities. He said that while free expression is an important democratic right, it must always be balanced with the need to protect citizens, particularly children, from online risks. According to the Prime Minister, the purpose of the law is not to restrict speech but to promote accountability among social media platforms and encourage safer design practices in digital technology. He added that public debate should continue on how to improve the law over time, ensuring it remains fair, transparent, and effective in addressing new online challenges. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage's trip to Washington was centered on providing testimony before the US House Judiciary Committee. His participation focused on discussing international perspectives on free speech, digital regulation, and the responsibilities of online platforms. The US hearing was organized to explore how various governments around the world approach digital safety and freedom of expression. Lawmakers in the United States, including Committee Chair Jim Jordan, expressed an interest in understanding how other countries balance the protection of users with the preservation of open communication and innovation. The discussion also included consideration of how regulations might influence international business and technology exchanges. The hearing provided an opportunity for open dialogue between countries about how best to handle global internet issues. Participants aimed to share experiences and insights to find common ground on ensuring online safety while upholding democratic freedoms. The debate reflected a shared understanding that freedom of expression and protection from harm can and should coexist in a well-regulated digital environment. Mr. Farage's remarks were part of this broader international discussion and contributed to ongoing global conversations about responsible internet governance. In the United Kingdom, the Online Safety Act officially came into force on July 25. This legislation requires online platforms to follow clear safety guidelines to help reduce the spread of content that may be harmful or unsafe. It introduces measures such as stronger moderation of online material, better age verification systems, and increased accountability for digital platforms. The government has stated that the goal of the law is to create a digital space where people, particularly children, can browse, learn, and communicate safely without being exposed to harmful or illegal material. Technology Secretary Peter Kyle has publicly defended the Act, explaining that the government's main objective is to ensure that online platforms operate responsibly. He said that the safety and well-being of internet users must always come first, and that the new rules will help protect citizens from digital threats while maintaining the UK's tradition of free and open debate. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson also voiced her support for the legislation, stressing that protecting children and teenagers online is a shared responsibility between families, educators, and policymakers. She pointed out that exposure to harmful online content can have serious consequences for mental health and well-being, and that it is important for governments to take proactive steps to reduce these risks. Supporters of the Online Safety Act believe that it represents a balanced approach to digital governance. The law does not seek to limit legitimate speech or personal opinions, but instead focuses on removing harmful content and requiring large online platforms to act more responsibly. The government has emphasized that platforms must adopt clear policies for reporting and addressing harmful material, while also ensuring transparency in how they manage user data and moderate content. These measures are designed to make the online world safer and more trustworthy for all users. The ongoing debate between Keir Starmer and Nigel Farage reflects broader discussions about how democratic societies can best manage the challenges of the digital age. On one hand, there is a strong commitment to preserving freedom of expression, a fundamental right in any democracy. On the other, there is an equally strong commitment to protecting citizens from real harm that can occur online. These two principles are not mutually exclusive, but they require careful policy making, open dialogue, and regular review to ensure a fair balance is maintained. By addressing these issues openly, British political leaders demonstrate their commitment to transparency and responsibility. Both sides of the debate agree that online safety is important and that regulations must evolve as technology changes. The difference lies in how those regulations should be implemented and how much oversight digital platforms should have. This kind of debate is an essential part of democratic life, where differing opinions contribute to stronger and more thoughtful policy outcomes. In conclusion, the recent discussion between Keir Starmer and Nigel Farage serves as an example of how political leaders engage in public dialogue about important national and global issues. Their exchange illustrates the value of free discussion, responsible policymaking, and respect for democratic processes. The debate over online safety and free speech continues to evolve as new technologies emerge and societies adapt to digital change. What remains constant is the shared goal of building an online world that protects users, encourages innovation, and preserves the freedoms that define democratic societies. Through cooperation, evidence-based policymaking, and public engagement, governments can continue to develop fair and effective solutions that benefit everyone, ensuring a safer, more open, and more responsible digital future for all. What are your thoughts on these developments? Let us know in the comments. To stay updated on the latest developments, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next update.